I don't know what I'm doing anymore. With any of this, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I don't know why I keep deluding myself into thinking that I might have an answer at some point in the future, because I don't have an answer now. Nobody has answers now for any of this, for anything that's going on. We're all just sitting here waiting for the next bad thing to happen, and it is happening every day. It's getting worse, and I can feel it moving up my arm, and it hurts, and I don't know what to do anymore. I can't just stay cooped up in here all the time with that egg. I don't want to. I just want to have a somewhat normal life. I wanted all this time for things to be different and for things to be exciting. And you know what? I've had enough excitement, I think. I would like to be normal, to get to go and spend time with Elwood without the shadow of all of this looming over us. I don't know how much more time I have left to do that. I don't know how long I have at all. I mean, if it's progressed to my if it's progressed up past my elbow now, I should do that now. I should. Alma said, Atlas said, to spend time with Elwood while I can. And I should. I have supplies, I have things, I can get things, and yes, I should get things, and then I should go. I should go and visit. We should do something together. We should spend time together. I have crystals on me. I can jump up to the library and grab the things. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting. Oh, okay. That took more out of me than I thought. That's fine. Everything's fine. I just need to rest for a minute before I do it again and go my head is swimming. It's fine. Everything's fine. I just need to grab food and supplies. Everything's fine. I wasn't expecting it to be that exhausting. Maybe I'll wait a minute before I go see him. Yes. Yeah. Right, that seems like things. That's plenty of things. I should be all right. Okay. Flying back down. Flying back down there. I don't know if taking the stairs or flying will be more exhausting, so I suppose it's just going to be a roll of the dice. I just, oh. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Elwood?
Where are you? I can't see you.
Sorry, I'm just around the front of the house. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, how have you been? Hi.
I've been alright. I guess technically I've been rage farming, but not because of anything important. Mojave isn't.
Oh.
Mojave is being Mojave.
I see. That seems to be a.
There.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. So, I figured best channel the anger into something productive.
Yes, of course. I'm so sorry about that. I mean,
It's all right. Do
I'm
you
sure
need
they'll.
carrots?
I'm.
I have a lot of carrots if you want any.
No, I should be all right. I think. That is a lot of carrots.
Yeah, I might have to see if I can. I don't know if carrot bread is a thing, but I know carrot cake is a thing, so that's
Carrot soup.
essentially the same.
Rune makes carrot soup a lot. You could maybe find that recipe. It's a little outside the branch of breads and potatoes, but
I suppose I can try at least.
yes.
It's getting dark. You might want to come inside proper and close the door before anything that wants to kill us shows up.
Yes, perhaps. Sorry.
Don't apologize.
Okay. Of course. Yes. Were you busy at all at the moment? Other than rage farming, did you have some plans for today?
Not really.
Um,
None that I could think of, really.
Would you want to go out? Some sort of somewhere on, like a picnic, sort of like a date, I suppose. If you want to,
yeah, that's.
I just sort of thought, because we talked about things sort of along those lines. So I haven't really been on a date at all before, but
I mean, neither have I. If that's any consolation, but yeah, I'd like that. I think.
Yeah,
I didn't really have plans. I woke up this morning and found the box that Mojave left, which I'm not entirely sure how long that has been there, because they put it in the single most stupid spot where I definitely could have missed it. Might have missed it for a while, who knows. And then I spent the mornings standing in potatoes and carrots. So not much in way of plans, really.
Right. Well, I sort of I don't know if we've shown you these, but it
What is that?
it's a box, and you put things in it and take it places. It's sort of,
Is that a shell? That looks like a
it's sort of like
shell.
when the temple that had the phoenixes. Oh, sorry. The temple that had the cloud phoenix had these creatures, and they were sort of like with little turtly things inside the shells, and then the shells would open and they would spit things at us, and it made you float, and it was a little bit horrifying, honestly. But
yes, it does sound horrifying. But
when they
so fascinating.
died, they dropped the shells, and you just sort of wedge a chest in there. Brune and I have been filling with them, but I sort of packed it up with some things, and I thought maybe if you'd want to find somewhere we could set up. Like,
that sounds good.
Yes.
That is really fascinating. I'm very it's intriguing.
No, yes, it is. I think there's still some shells somewhere. I mean, we can always make you one if you'd like.
I don't know what I would carry in there except for more books, and I already.
That's fair. Honestly, there's a lot of books in mine already.
A librarian who has a box full of books. That is surprising.
Who could have guessed?
That's a shocking concept indeed.
Exactly.
Did you have anywhere in mind, or?
I mean, not Really? Do you have anywhere?
Well, I know that
I,
that direction is kind of unclaimed, as it were. I don't think anyone has really gone there.
we could
I do sometimes
always,
when I'm out of seats.
we could have a look and see if there's anywhere nice, I suppose.
Mhm.
Just,
Just be careful, there's a lot of little bumps and holes in the ground.
oh, of course. So,
Oh.
so if,
And there's a...
oh, yes.
I just
see.
saw... I no longer see it. That's a fucker.
Mm,
Will you stop going out of my range? That I finally figured out how to do this.
I was going to say, you've got a lot of practice with that now.
I have... Did you notice the pig?
Yeah. I've seen one or two of them around. I
That
think
does not bode well.
No, I think it's the early stages of whatever that hog-like creature was that attacked us with the tusks and the lots of
The many eyes. Makes sense, yeah. I can't say that I love that.
No.
Creeper!
Oh.
Stay
I
away.
don't have
Thank you very much.
any of my weapons on me.
Well, I have 4.
Oh, I have some arrows if you'd like them.
I think
So,
I'm
you
good
stuck?
for now.
Oh,
There.
oh, okay. Let's get you out of there.
Goodness.
No, okay.
I may have spent a lot of time recently at the dojo practicing my shooting. Figured that it can't hurt to have some better skills, so...
You could set something up here, maybe. I mean, I know it's not very far, but...
Alright, I think it's
flowers
good.
are nice.
You know, very quickly.
I was say some of this. I don't really know how far I can walk at the moment to find somewhere. I just I've been out of breath today.
That's not good.
Not exactly, but I'm sure it's fine.
If you say so, I mean...
Yeah, it's just been... Flying is a little more exhausting than usual, so I'm just trying to take it
Well,
easy, I suppose.
in that case, we definitely should not be going too far.
Perhaps not. Although, I figured since you don't really like flying anyway, we didn't have to go too far.
No, we did not.
I don't know how big I should make this picnic blanket. I got there's some supplies in the box there if you'd like to. Actually, I don't know. I think I left a lot of the carpet in my pockets.
I don't know if there's a set rulebook for what does and doesn't make a picnic blanket or picnic setup. I've not really been on one. I don't think. I don't think I've ever been on one.
Yeah, I can't say that I go on a lot of picnics. As I said, this is sort of the first date that I've been on. Oh, actually, I think I've run out of... I don't think I have enough. We might need to make it smaller.
Yeah. Did you ever do, like, I don't know, family picnics or something? Those are a thing, right? I read about those.
Yeah, those are a thing, I think. I mean, we did once or twice. Maybe not a lot. Yeah, Peter and I would do little... I don't know if they're really picnics. We would make little forts in the halls of Giovanni's library and hide in there and eat snacks that we probably shouldn't have had near the books. But that sort of
That
thing.
sounds nice, though.
Yeah. Yes, it was nice. Let me I put this down and where should I put
You
this?
really came prepared.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I wanted to do something nice. I suppose everything's very stressful at the moment, and I don't know. I wanted to sort of have a nice day out with you while we can.
That is fair. Very sweet.
It's a little picnic basket.
Little.
It's okay. It's a very large picnic basket, but look, it's got I have a large amount of carrot cake and some
Oh goodness.
some tea and
That is
hot chocolate
indeed
in
a
here.
large amount of carrot. That is indeed a large amount of carrot cake.
Exactly, and I had to have it somewhere, stashed somewhere in this picnic basket.
Fair enough.
Mm.
I was more amused about your usage of the word little. I'm sure
It's the
you
only
know
one
the
that I could
meaning of that
find.
word.
There's not a lot of picnic baskets around here. I scavenged one up. I don't think it's supposed to be for picnic goods.
Yes, I'm not sure. That could fit. Maybe not someone as tall as you, but I could probably crouch in there if I wanted.
Maybe.
I don't necessarily have that intention, but could fit. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I don't have
No.
plans of crouching
Crawling into
myself
the
into a
picnic
picnic
basket.
basket. I mean, I can shoot things now. I no longer
Yeah.
need to hide from monsters. I can just shoot them.
Exactly. You're getting quite good at it, like I saw.
Well, that's the side effect of being at the dojo a lot.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure that armor set up some sort of... I'm not sure. It looked sort of like a parkour thing. I'm not sure what
Oh,
it was. It
interesting.
was sort of some sort of exercise stuff, presumably. I think it was for balancing or something. I don't know.
Hmm. I spoke to Arma not too long ago about mostly about Phoenix egg things, but they mentioned not really hearing anything from Mojave for a while either. It's
Yeah, that... I guess that makes sense then. They really seem to be set on the whole can't be a sibling right now thing. Whatever.
yeah. Did you want to talk about it at all, or I don't know.
Mostly I'm just... Why do they get to choose that sort of thing after deciding for other people? That's what irks me about it.
Hmm.
Like, they can go around and tell people that they are their siblings, and then they can chicken out whenever they don't feel like... I don't know. I don't get them.
Yeah.
But at least they admitted that they weren't behaving right, so I guess that's something.
Yeah, it's progress. Small amount.
Mm-hmm. That is good cake, though. That's good carrot cake.
I thought so. I'm not the best at baking things, but it...
No, you're fine. You're fine at it.
Thank you. It's nice to take my mind off things. I see why baking is appealing. I get it.
I need to see about trying out some new recipes for bread. I did try putting cheese into the bread loaves, but that was sort of... It kind of burned. I think I need to find a way of lowering the heat or doing something. I did something wrong there with the cheese, but it was just the first attempt, so... Plenty of time to try again. Did Armor say anything else? Other than that he's not seen Mojave in a while?
Bits and pieces about... I don't know, we sort of talked about a lot of things, really. You know how they said that you weren't supposed to tell me that they figured out they had feelings for Rune and Vast. I'm probably not supposed to tell you that the three of them are now dating.
Is that just a theme of people telling you things you're not supposed to tell other people?
I don't know. They didn't say that I wasn't supposed to tell anyone. They just haven't really had the chance to tell anyone since it started happening, I think. I think I was the first person to turn up since it's happened.
Fair enough. Oh, I get to... the next time I run into Armor, I'm going to bully him about that.
I think he bullied me a little bit when I mentioned that we'd sort of... I don't really know what to say. We are... I don't know if we're dating, per se. I mean, I guess currently, right now, that's what this is.
We actively are, yes.
We are actively... I don't know if you want to call it that. Just...
I'd like that. If you're okay with it.
No, I'd also like that. That really nice, I think.
Well then. That is that sorted. Oh god, Armor's gonna bully me about this, aren't they?
Maybe a little bit. Listen, you can bully them back. They've got two partners. They've got twice the bully ability.
Is that how that works?
Is that a word? I don't know if that's a word, but we'll get with it.
It is now. That's how that works now.
But no, I went to ask them about advice for what to do with the phoenix egg, and it was it was good advice. It just wasn't what I wanted. So
that's fair. Advice has a tendency of being like that.
Yes, it does. I think I was just hoping there was more of an answer to all of this. That wasn't just spend time with the egg and be introspective and... But
that's fair. To be fair, if it's any consolation, when I went and saw Gavin about the binder and they showed me her phoenix egg, they didn't seem to really know what to do with it either. Actually, I think they were very concerned that the phoenix had died inside the egg. And I don't think I gave the best advice because I said, well, it's gonna just be reborn again. So worst case scenario, you have an egg inside an egg. And I don't think that was very good advice. Or very helpful advice.
I mean, probably not the most
I don't know
inaccurate.
about these things. I don't know about these things. That's more your and Runthian's forte. I didn't know they were real until recently, and I didn't know that they were connected to the sorceress until recently. And
neither did we, to be fair.
How is a person supposed to understand what exactly phoenixes are? It's not like the books didn't say anything about that. So maybe I wasn't that helpful, but that's, at the end of the day, that is the fault of books not having the information I needed. I'm just gonna blame the
The
books.
rare occasion where books fail.
The very rare occasion that they do fail, they fail spectacularly.
Mm.
Spectacularly.
To be fair, I think that you were somewhat right. I don't think it can necessarily die. I think they seem to be more spirits than anything. I don't really know if a spirit can die. I think that's too existential for...
I don't think so. It depends on your definition of spirit. Either a spirit is something that transcends existence like a mortal being does, or it is something that's already dead. So it can't die again. Like, something can't die twice. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that that does not work. I'm pretty sure you can't kill something that's already dead. Unless you count... Well, I guess... You know what? You're right. That is too existential. I don't want to think about the specific definition of what counts as alive and dead and undead and just... Nope. Nope.
Yeah, it's a little heavy at the moment. Everything
Yes,
is a little
guess.
bit... That sort of... I don't know why I wanted to ask you out today, because I thought we'd... It would be nice to have a day that feels somewhat normal, where we're not dealing with spirits and sicknesses and eggs and siblings being stupid and deciding everything and just, I don't know, exist for a bit.
That's... Yes, this is nice. This is probably long overdue. I think I spent the past weeks either shooting at things or trying to work on these and shooting more things and gardening and shooting more things.
Has your research been going anywhere?
Well,
I mean, I know you haven't been working on it a lot recently, but...
Sort of. It's mostly a thing of actually sitting down and writing the story out. I've collected all of the different versions I can think of that exist, like all of the versions that I've been able to find over the years, and I've memorized them because I couldn't take all of the books with me because they were a lot. And so I memorized all of the different versions of the story, and now it's more a thing of figuring out which versions are the most likely to be the correct version, I suppose. There's not really a correct version of a legend. That's not how legends work. That's the whole point. But finding the things that are common in all of the versions and trying to figure out a way to bring them all together, I suppose. So it's not as disjointed and strange.
Sort of smoothing out the rough edges a little bit.
Pretty much, yes.
So you mentioned like sort of coalescing versions and not being able to take books and things places. I haven't gotten the chance to tell you. Peter and I found books. Well, I say Peter and I. Peter found books from Giovanni's old library, and
It went back to the library. It still exists, or
it still
just
exists.
the books?
I think
That's
the library
amazing.
did. And we think that Giovanni might still be out there as well. There were books and versions of books written by them after we'd left, after we thought they died. They might still be alive.
That is amazing. So you could theoretically go out and find them. Or they might find their way here. I mean, after all, everyone seems to be flocking here.
we can hope at some point. Although I don't really know how far Pietro or I are flying to find them at the moment.
That's fair.
I don't really know what Pietro or I have in terms of a plan if things start to go south here now. But
Well, you have people in your corner. And while I might not like flying, I can fly. And if I have to fly carrying Pietro, then I'm going to do that. I'll probably do that.
I'm sure that I can still manage to help, at least for a short distance. At least at this stage. But I don't know.
Is it affecting your wings that strongly?
I don't really know. Today it has been. I tried flying up to the library and almost passed out from exhaustion when I got to the door of the house, but maybe today's just a bad day.
It might be.
Yeah. I'm sure that's all it is. It's fine. We don't need to. That's an issue for another day. Tell me.
If you say so.
Tell me about the versions of this story that you're working on.
Well, the common thing I can figure out is that there's a few key aspects that are the same. There's the mill, the miller, and the boy. Those are the three things that are usually the same in all versions. The basic story structure is that a boy either gets called to a mill that's very far out, or he finds it by accident. And the miller offers him a position as an apprentice. And he doesn't... In some versions, that is all there is, and the miller is just involved in political things. And in other versions, which if I'm correct, then those are the more prevalent versions, the miller is a sorcerer that... the boy agrees to become a milling apprentice, but he doesn't know that he's also agreeing to become a sorcerer's apprentice. And he gets sort of caught up in these happenings of dark sorcery with the other apprentices. And has to sort of figure out how to escape that situation. And then that's where the versions differ, because sometimes he doesn't escape and sometimes he does. In some versions he tries to kill the miller, in some versions the miller is actually sacrificing the souls of his apprentices to death or to some sort of entity. And in some versions the boy ends up finding a way to contact a loved one who can bid him free from the miller. And if I'm understanding the legend correctly, the most prevalent version is one where the miller allows the loved one into the mill, but he transforms all of his apprentices into birds. Usually ravens, actually. And he tests the boy's loved one, basically shows them into a room of these birds and says, pick out your boy, and if you can recognize him, then you can go home together. And in some versions, the loved one, in most versions actually, the loved one is able to pick out the boy, even though he's so changed. And then there's versions where he does keep his dark sorcery after, and there's versions where he gets essentially transformed back to how he was before he came to the mill. But I'm not sure which version of that is correct.
Well, I suppose I was going to say there certainly seems to be some outcomes and parts of the story that seem more hopeful than others, but I mean, I guess it depends in either case whether going back to the way things were is a good outcome.
Yes, and also, just because one version is seems more hopeful, that doesn't mean it is more accurate. So it's difficult figuring out which part of the story is the version that is the most probable to the original source.
I know it doesn't.
That's sort of why I've been stuck.
Really matter in terms of the originality, but I mean, which one do you prefer of the endings?
I've never really thought about that. I've been more focused on, I guess, doing right by the story.
No, that makes sense, of course. Yeah.
I think I like the version best where I don't think that resetting everything to an original state is the same thing as a good outcome. Because change is growth, right? Like if we reset my life to before my birth family abandoned me, like assuming that something happened to them that changed everything, assuming we reset my entire life to that, and I get to, I don't know, relive my entire life again with the same memories, with the memories from how it's gone before. That doesn't make it any... I don't think that would make it a better outcome. I don't think that... I don't know if I'm making sense. It's just,
No, I understand.
It's the whole, if you could go back and change anything, would you, sort of question, I guess.
Yeah. I suppose if given the choice, is it worth throwing away the good that comes with the bad, or just learning to move on and make the best of it?
Mm-hmm. Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
I think I agree. That ending sounds nicer. But I suppose there's probably more academia to figuring out which one is the original than just gut instinct.
Well, I mean, there is, but also it's that thing with the grain of sand. Probably the only thing that is actually true about that story is that at some point a boy came to a mill and became an apprentice, and something happened on that mill. Maybe a boy fell down the staircase and the village decided to scorn the miller because they needed someone to blame. And then over the years, more and more stories started being woven around this. And at some point, someone brought in dark magic to make the story more interesting. And then suddenly the miller has a pact with an evil entity and sacrifices his apprentices. But I suppose someone falling down a staircase and dying as an accident is not that interesting of a story, even if it's true.
Well, might be less interesting, but if anything we've learned recently, maybe dark sorcery isn't the nicest way to shake things up.
Yes, I would agree with that. I've not seen particularly many good outcomes of magic so far.
No, I suppose not.
With people being experimented on and other things.
Yeah.
But I also suppose that our entire cultures would no longer exist if it weren't for magic, because the entire world would just have succumbed to the anomaly.
True, I suppose.
I don't know. Magic is complicated, and also the way magic is used in stories is different than in real life.
Of course. It's the same.
I don't know.
doing it over thing. I guess the amount of good that's come from magic affecting everything is maybe not outweighing, but certainly worth keeping the bad for.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I suppose that's a good way of putting it. Well, I guess if we are going by the concept that everything that happened needed to happen in the specific way that it happened to lead to how things are now, I'm not entirely unhappy. I mean, if we follow that theory, then if the things hadn't happened the way they had, I would not found this place, or the people here, or you. So that seems worth it to me.
I agree. I think if there was, no matter what's happened, I'm really, really glad that meeting you was part of the outcome. I really can't imagine any other at this point.
I don't think that I can either.
I don't really know if I would want to be honest.
I don't think I would want a different one either. It's not perfect, but it's real.
Exactly. And yeah, anything that led to this here with you can't be all that bad.